Well, it's a new month, so we have a brand new delightful dimensionals, a set of dies. It's called Your Sweet. And there's so many ways that you can use this. In fact, here is what is on the package. So that giant bee, and it's got flowers and Your Sweet. So many things you can do. This happens to be the Crosshatch die. It's going to fold flat and it's going to pop up and be really appreciated by the recipient. Okay, we've got more ideas for you. Won't you please come play with us? Well, I'll get into the Your Sweet in just a moment, but let me set this over here and just show you the crosshatch. And this is a set of dies. There are 4 pieces. And as always, the directions are on the back. And this envelope, this wallet, is going to hold the pieces for you, the dies, and it just keeps everything together, directions with the dies forever. And the dies are like this. They are slotted, meaning that they've got lines cut in them, and they just slip together like this. So we've got the back in the arch, we've got 3 of these, and then we've got a tall one and a narrower one that goes like that, just in front. And again, it's going to fold flat. And using this, they will fit into our envelopes. So we have a package of 10 envelopes, and so that's just going to work very well for everybody. Okay, now let's get into the new one, which is Your Sweet. There are 10 cutting dies, and I just want to get in close and just show you what goes on here. So super close, even closer. There you go. See all those lines? Those are actually cut into the cutting die. And so that when you do it with your machine onto cardstock, you're going to get this look. So we've got our big bee. It is 3 3/4 inches wide and 2 inches tall. There's also a separate set of wings, so you can do those, and oh, you could lay them on top like that and let them flutter. And then there is a separate body, so that can go right over there. And then the antenna and the legs stay in the base piece. So that's going to work. Obviously, Your Sweet is right there. That is 2 5/8 inches wide. Then we have our flowers, because what is a bee without flowers? And again, these, you can see the cut lines in them. It just makes them so much more delicate, and you really get much more detail. Then we have one little piece of grass that you can do multiple times. So that's what we have. I'm going to slide this over. On the package, we're going to give you an idea, and that's the idea that I just showed you. But let's get into this. Now, Debbie created this, and she used, not surprisingly, our Be Happy 6x6 papers, and that's what she used with the basic crosshatch cutting die. So this has flowers. It's actually got some beehives down there, and she's got them all over and also on the back. Isn't that fun, the way that is? This is a little cutout from the 6x6. You've got bees down here, and that blue skies looks so great with our yellow bee. And she did use the solids. This is the Be Happy solid, and that way she used it to die cut out her pieces, except for the wings on that butterfly. You can see how see-through they are. And she used vellum. We have a package that has, I believe, 10 sheets of 8.5 by 11 vellum, just regular vellum. And so she used that. Now, you can also see that those cuts go through the vellum too. And do you see a bit of shine? Well, she used the Wink of Stella pen just to go over that when she attached it to her bee. So just lovely. And she chose, you can see how the flowers are in the front. They're also on the middle piece. And then Your Sweet and the bee are attached in the back. Just really fun. Okay, let me show you what else. Now for a very different look, look at this one. Very fun. Ooh, now that's iridescent paper. Okay, well, let me first show you what she did to her basic crosshatch. So she is using this set. Now, the 6x6 plaids and pumpkins is what she used to die cut the base. and all of these cross pieces, and you can see the sunflowers down there. So they were daisies in the first one. Now they've been turned into sunflowers. That's just with the magic of color. And on the back, she's got a great big You're Sweet. That's the cutting die. And then onto this piece. And isn't that plaid fun? Okay, so the 6x6 is what she used. And then she used the solid plaids and pumpkins to die cut out all of the other pieces. Then the Always Thinking of You, this piece, that is out of the plaids and pumpkins die cuts. They're 31 die cuts. They tend to be larger like this, and so that is what she used. And she did use the die with You're Sweet on the back. And as I said, that bee has iridescent wings. How gorgeous is that? And let me show you. This is the company that makes them for us. Actually, it's the company who does our dazzles for us. They call this sparkling sheets, but we think iridescent is just a better terminology for it. There are multiple sheets in here, and iridescent, it kind of shifts colors. So I'll pull out some of these just to show you how. So that's kind of red, orange, yellow. And here's kind of pink and purple and white. Blue and green, green and blue, yellow and pink, pink and white, and this is the one that she used, I think. So all of those are in there. So remember that, because I'm going to come back to that in a minute. I do want to tell you that on the plaids and pumpkins, that the inventory is very limited, so I just don't want you to be unhappy if you decide to get that. The other thing that she did, and she actually did it, whoops, come on camera, she did it on the last one too, is that she used, so she die cut this out of the yellow and the orange plaids and pumpkins solid cardstock, but then she used, this is the tiger orange, and she just went on the edges and she used the sponge dauber, and just, you know, just to go lightly over it. Now in the first set, she used the velvet fawn, so just to get that edge. And then she also used the khaki, which we use on the green. She used it on both of them. So it just gives a little bit more definition, and so that works very nicely. But I gotta love that iridescent. Okay, so now those two cards are with the basic crosshatch, which works perfectly, but you don't have to use the basic crosshatch to use the You're Sweet dies. In fact, let me show you this. Isn't that pretty? Look at that butterfly. Butterfly, look at that bee. Okay, now she is using with this the stained glass 6x6 and solid and die cuts. So we will just kind of start with this card. This is a 5x6.5 inch card. Actually, it's got a black edge, so let me put it on white. There you go, you can see that better, can't you? So this is our 5x6.5 inch card. She first covered it with black. Now the black is sold separately, so that's listed on the supply list. And then she cut a smaller piece of the 6x6, so it's right there. And then she cut another piece, and what I think is gorgeous is all of this is part of that paper. So it just looks, and I don't know, when I first saw this, I just thought, oh wow, it looks like honeycomb, but it is stained glass. So that's really a nice thing. And then she put the bee over this area, and she went, so she's used the black cardstock as well as the stained glass, but the magic is our fine gold pen. So you can see she just went along the edges. She colored in the stripes, the antenna, and that line of the bee. And it's just gorgeous. And this works perfectly, absolutely perfectly. Okay, so you've got all of that for the front. Let me show you the inside. I'm gonna open this up and look. Wow, how fun. Isn't that neat? Okay, let me tell you what she did. Okay, so again, she put the black cardstock and covered both ends of the card. Then she cut a piece of pink stained glass, and this is 6.5 by 4. And then she scored it in 1-inch increments and then folded it like so. Now, I would highly recommend extra sticky tape. So let me just show you how this is going to go. This edge is going to have tape on it. It's going to go to the inside of the card. And then this piece is going to go down flat. And then you've got this step that you can attach things to. This is an old stamping technique. And look at all of those flowers. You can see she's just done a bunch of them out of the pink and the bottoms out of green. And then she used that pen again. And then this is out of the stained glass. So we've got a bee there. And then hello from me to you. That's out of the die cuts as well as that border. So good to know, isn't it? How fun. And this is what we just want to tell you, just, you know, you're not limited to the basic crosshatch. It's a great look and it's unique and recipients love it, but there's more you can do too. So very, very nice. Okay, now we're going to go back to, not back, we're going to go to our last card. And this is using a newer cutting die that's called Just Pull. And here we go. Okay, you ready? You are the sweetest. You see our theme is going on everything. Wow, look at that. Yes, bees can be blue. I don't know if you knew that, but we have proof right here. How fun is that? And this is playing with our gnomes and more gnomes. And this is the 12 by 12. So let me show you. This paper is what she used on the inside, well, actually the front and going to the inside, but she created her card out of the solid gnomes and more gnomes, as you can see the yellow, using the Just Pull cutting die. This is just one piece, and it will fit into, in fact, almost everything will fit into a regular die cutting machine, so 6 inches wide. And directions are on the wallet, and I should have one. Yes. Okay, so here is what it looks like when you die cut it. Follow the directions for folding it. So just like this. How easy is that? And what you have is a card that you can add things to. So you are the sweetest. That is one piece, and she has matted that on green. And you can see where those cutting dies are going. Here is another piece. Well, actually, let me show you, because I pulled these out because I thought they just made such a difference. Okay, so You're So Sweet, You Are the Sweetest is one of the cutouts in the package. This is out of the 12 by 12, and it's right there, darling. And then this little guy is right here, and he's riding a bee. I don't know if you knew that, but yes, he's riding a bee. Then out of the die cuts, we've got this piece, we've got My Sincere Thanks, and then the cutting die, obviously you see the flowers, 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 and the grass, and then this blue bee. And the blue bee is in a dark and a light, and I think it's really fun how she's got it glued to the center, actually foam taped here, but then also attached around the curve of that score line. And she did use the Wink of Stella, just that pen to give some sparkle into those wings. And she did accent things with the Prussian blue, so you can see blue cardstock, but then a bit of the ink also added with those sponge daubers. So very fun. And yes, this will fit into our 10 envelopes also. So just really, really darling. So lots of ideas, as you can tell. And my prediction is that you will use this regularly, I think, because there are just so many fun things with it. And I know that, don't go down, please. Stop going further. More.
Yeah.
Okay. anyway, just you can use it in so many places, and so in the spring, in the summer, in any time, because well, we want bees to be around everywhere, don't we? Okay, so there is a money saver. It's on the right-hand side of your screen. We also have a subscription. Now, what the subscription means is that you get some money off. You're going to save 10%, which is nice. You will also get a free goodie each month. Now, this month, every one of you subscribers is going to get a sheet of the iridescent. So you can have fun doing that with your bee wings. So that will be fun. And you will get, if you subscribe to this and you haven't subscribed before, you will receive the basic crosshatch as well as this die this month. But then every other month, you'll just get the seasonal die, the brand new one. So that's how we run it. And I think it's just a lot of fun, and it's fun to see every single one of them. These are our seasonal dies, so they're going to match whatever's happening in the world there. So that's going to work nicely. You will receive your dies before the webisode. And because on our packaging, there's always an idea, you can actually get started right away using what you have. So that's fun too. And then you can see what else Debbie has dreamed up, as you can see what she's done this month. Okay, so that is also on the right-hand side of your screen. It's a good way to have your collection current. Okay. I want to thank Debbie for doing all of this. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, we'd love it if you would subscribe to YouTube, but please go over to paperwishes.com. If you're watching the things on YouTube, that's all well and good, and we encourage that. However, they all live at Paper Wishes, and that's where you will always see them in conjunction with the product, or also you can see them separately. So you can just click and see all of the webisodes there too. Okay, You're Sweet, and that is our title. I do want to thank Debbie for just being so doggone creative and sharing her ideas with us. We love that. And I want to thank you for being part of our Paper Wishes family, the very best part, I believe. And Lene, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.